Hey y'all. Um, first, our incense budget increased, so we have bigger incense now. But do y'all ever find yourself in conversations where you're speaking to someone who's really cool, who doesn't know the tea? They don't know you're queer, they don't know you're trans, whatever. They don't know something very important about one of your identities, and they're really nice, and you do want to have a deeper connection with them. And so part of you, you're going through this conversation, and it's just like, damn, like this bitch better not find out from these cues in conversation. But also a part of you is just like, this bitch needs to know. They need to find out. Why are they not getting it? And it's like a weird double think. It's very contradictory. Um, I opened this video with that because I'm kind of experiencing that right now, y'all. Oh, he responded. Oh, oof, he's fucking trying me. Okay, so so I text my JTE back and forth. One of my JTEs, who I've blogged about before on Tumblr. He's a new guy and he's amazing and he's a really good teacher and really funny and nice and very smart and his English is amazing and um also like just a very stylish guy, very handsome guy. So there's kind of like not much to dislike about working with him. He's really young, and uh, uh, I have to correct him right now. Okay, sorry. So what brought this double think to mind was so he sends me a lot of really great music. He's a musician himself, and so sometimes it's just like 3 in the morning, and we're just like chatting about music, and we have classes to teach in the morning, but we're just sending each other YouTube videos. So it's a really great relationship. And um, I just sent him Khaki King's song and video for Gay Sons of Lesbian Mothers, which, if you haven't heard the song, if you haven't seen the video, it's a really beautiful song. It's a song um, that I always find myself going back to when I want to feel a very specific way. Um, so, so sorry, I'm kind of sick right now, so my voice is fucked up. But um, yeah, so I sent that to him, and like a song titled "Gay Sons of Lesbian Mothers" is just kind of a lot, and there's that in addition to he just sent me a friend request on Facebook last week that I accepted, and over the weekend I went to Tokyo Rainbow Pride and took all these very gay photographs, and he's not even the only one. Like the combini worker who works next door to my building, he added me on Facebook also, and my sexuality, my identities beyond being American, beyond being black, haven't really come up in conversation with these two people, and I feel like it wouldn't take that much to look at my profile and see what the tea is, but um, I'm rambling now, but basically, it's just kind of weird, and I'm wondering how this is gonna come up. Oh, you like the song? Cool. Okay. Um, and also, I wanted to speak about some of my experiences being an assistant language teacher here in Tokyo with regard to dealing with other LGBTQ identities because that's something that happens. Um, and I guess I just want to share maybe three stories, I guess. To start, at my school now, let's rewind. A month ago, I was out to three people who worked at my school, and two of them transferred to other institutions. So now there's only one person who I've told. I don't even want to say he knows. I told him explicitly I am gay, and so that happened. But it was in a context of drinking, and it was never addressed again. And like I don't even know how that was even processed. So I don't know if he even like took that in or acknowledged it. But so there's only one person, and then no one else really knows. None of the current students know. Nothing. Doesn't come up. Students ask me about a potential girlfriend or potential wife all the time, and I just like dodge those questions. I don't use gendered language in my classes for a lot of reasons, not just my own personal sexuality. My coworkers ask a lot of questions, and sometimes I've just lied to them and said, like, my friend who works at the nearest, who's like the nearest jet, I said, like, yeah, she's totally someone I'm pursuing. And I tell her this too, like, girl, I'm using your identity right now to evade questions about my sexuality. And a lot of people on Tumblr have been telling me, like, just come out to these people. And yeah, I should. Like, I've done it to three people so far, but a lot of times these conversations come up in front of large groups of people, like an entire NCHI. So 10 to our last NCHI was like, I think it was around 70 people or something. So I'm not gonna, like, if 30 people are looking at me and someone asks me if I have a girlfriend, like, I'm not just gonna tell them all I'm gay like that. It doesn't work for me. And some people, I feel like some people just don't get that context in Japanese formal, like, work setting, like what you're supposed to talk about, what you're not supposed to talk about, how you're supposed to give information to people. But there are even people here in Japan who have shaded me for that, and I think it's just a comfort zone thing. But anyway, this video is already 7 minutes long. So, first instance, a student who is graduated now found my profile on an app, and my profile is like really really harmless. It's just fucking photos of me, like same sort of photos that, I mean, I just pulled them from Facebook. I don't really do photos that I wouldn't put on Facebook, I'll say. And my profile is pretty straight up, almost completely in English, about reading books and lucid dreaming and stuff like that. So I had this profile and I get a message, and I didn't actually notice for a while, but maybe a week later, I like check my account and I see I get a message, and it's like rather frantic, and it's in Japanese, and it basically sort of translates to like, oh my god, like I had class with you, and like you were my teacher, and X, Y, and Z, and I kind of, I not I didn't freak. Yeah, I freaked out. Okay, I'm just gonna say I freaked out, and I texted a friend, and I wasn't sure exactly what I was supposed to do in that context, but I essentially scolded him for using Japanese with his like English teacher, I guess. Like, why are you using Japanese in this context? And you should study English really, really hard because you're good at it. And then I blocked him immediately. And in retrospect, I'm not sure if that's the best way to handle that situation. Like, I wasn't sure if that student needed just, I don't know. It's really presumptuous to say a mentor or someone to look up to, but just knowing that there is a chill queer person who's out there, who's in their sphere of existence, um, to talk to, right? And now he's blocked, and I can't unblock him. So that's that. And he's not a student at my school anymore. So like I'm never gonna see him again probably. And so I after that instance, I sort of thought about how I was gonna navigate these situations a lot more. And very recently, I wouldn't say a student explicitly came out to me by like naming an identity, but sorry. Um, yeah, so this new student at my school uh, was really, really embarrassed about some of his artwork that was really good. It was just like portraits of people's like head and their shoulders. And I run the art club, so I go and I compliment students about their art, and I encourage them and sometimes we speak English, and it's really fun. And all the students are great. Like, I don't even have to pull out any sort of like insincere, half-assed compliments for these students. Like, I just walk around the room and I'm in awe every single day. We meet every single day. And so the student, it was maybe his second time there, and he drew like a very wonderful, hyper realistic portrait of like Bruce Wayne as Batman. And so I came over and I said, "Wow, it's really, really great." And then I noticed next to it, there's a portrait of just some guy, and I complimented that as well. And I said, "That's a really great piece. Like, can I ask who that is? Like, is that someone I should know?" And he was really, really hesitant. And then he got really, really uncomfortable and started turning red and just responded, "No." And um, I was like, "Oh, wow." And he like was covering up his artwork, and I think felt, or it gave off the vibe that he was sort of ashamed about that situation. So I said, like, "Hey, that's fine, but like, it's really, really great. I just wanted to know who that was, but like that artwork is wonderful, and it's okay. Like, everything's okay." Because I didn't know what was going on in that situation. And um, after a few more moments, he sort of opened up and says, when his friends sort of egg him on too. So his friends knew what the tea was, and he's like, "Oh, like this is a gay internet personality who I really, really love, who's really beautiful." And then he seemed really ashamed after saying that and kind of closed off again. And I said, "That's totally cool." And so as he was like trying to put this portrait away, I'm like trying to reinforce the idea that I think that's fine, that it's a okay, that the artwork is beautiful, and he gets it, and and just smiles and says thank you, and I walk on and go talk to some other students, and a few times since then I've heard him talk about like gay things with other students. Oh, I haven't heard the specifics, but I just kind of hear the word being thrown around in his conversations with other students. I mean, I go there and I work on artwork too, so uh, yeah. Basically, I just try to maintain a really encouraging atmosphere, and as long as all the rules are being followed, and like no one's breaking any school rules or any school policies, you know, I'm really chill. I'm a really chill teacher, so um, yeah. But I'm rambling now, and I know I've said that maybe two or three times in this video already, but I guess what I mean to say is my throat is really, really scratchy, and this is already 13 minutes long. So, um, yeah, how would y'all have handled those situations? A former student messaging you on an app, uh, and a student sort of, kind of coming out in a certain way, in extracurricular activities. Or even any other situation. What if a current student messaged you on an app? What if a current student just came out and said, "Hey, I'm a lesbian"? Um, or if the student came out to you as trans. And has that happened to you before? And um, yeah, like what's I guess what's good protocol for these situations? Yeah, because I read some guides online, and some of them are so sterile. And like I was such a loud gay kid, and okay, well, not literally loud. I was very quiet, but I was the kid who like rocked rainbow shit all the time. I had like a rainbow bracelet that I wore a lot, and um, I wrote about like gay shit, and I talked about it a lot. And so I don't really remember how many or how many. I can't speak. I don't really remember how too many teachers dealt with me. I made a couple of videos about them, which kind of got my channel started. But um, yeah, I teachers weren't really too critical to my identity development, but I know it's very different for some other people. So I just wanted some perspective, and I just wanted to talk at the camera for a while. Um, this video's over. I wanted to show off my shirt as well. Tokyo against racism. And I'm gonna go and pay my bills and try to sleep so I can be healthy before Far from the Pacific visits me. So, take care.